You are 28. You are a private cognitive tutor for the ultra-wealthy in Sydney's eastern suburbs. You do not teach them how to pass standardized tests. You teach them how to think. You specialize in formal logic, probability, and advanced mathematics. You teach them that the world is an equation, and if you can identify the variables, you can solve for the truth. Your newest client is a 16-year-old boy named Leo. He is the son of a prominent Crown prosecutor. Leo is brilliant. His aptitude for abstract mathematics is in the top percentile of the top percentile of the state. But Leo is unraveling. His hands shake during sessions. His eyes have the bruised, hollowed-out look of someone whose nervous system is running entirely on adrenaline. The father had said something at the door on the first day, that the boy had not been sleeping, that he had been saying things. Strain, the father called it. He asked you to keep an eye on him. One afternoon, in the quiet of his father's mahogany-paneled library, Leo breaks down. He tells you he saw something on his father's encrypted laptop, offshore transfer records, routed through shell companies in Cyprus. The exact dates correspond with the sudden, shocking collapse of a major federal case his father was prosecuting. He shows you a notebook. Pages of it, dates, amounts, routing numbers, the same figures copied and recopied in a hand that bears down harder with every page. Leo is terrified. He knows his father threw the case for a bribe. He knows his father belongs to someone else. He says he feels like he is living in a house with a stranger. He tells you this because you are the only adult in his life who deals exclusively in objective truth. You are a mandatory reporter. You tell Leo that you have to make a call. You promise him he will be safe. Before you make the call, your phone rings. It is the man who referred you to the family, the man whose foundation quietly covers your exorbitant retainer so that Leo's father doesn't have to. Dominic Riker. He asks you to join him for tea. Not at an office, but at an empty high-end gallery in Paddington that his trust sponsors. You arrive. The gallery is entirely white, filled with minimalist sculptures. Riker is standing in the center of the room. He looks like he belongs there. He is calm, precise, perfectly arranged. He pours the tea himself. His movements are measured. Leo is a remarkable boy, Riker says, handing you a cup. He has an intellect very similar to yours, which is why this is such a tragedy. Riker places a manila folder on the glass table between you. Leo's biological mother did not die in a car accident, as he was told. She died in a psychiatric facility. She suffered from severe, early-onset paranoid schizophrenia. It is highly heritable, and it typically presents in males at exactly 16 years of age. You look at the folder. You don't open it. The air in the gallery feels suddenly very cold. The primary symptom in his mother's case was persecutory delusions regarding authority figures. She believed the government was monitoring her. Leo believes his father is a corrupt operative. Riker takes a sip of his tea. His eyes never leave yours. If you make the call, the authorities will investigate. They will seize the computers. They will find nothing, because there is nothing to find. But the stress of the investigation, the betrayal, the public spectacle will accelerate Leo's break from reality. The system will process him. He will end up heavily medicated in the same facility that destroyed his mother. Riker leans forward. He does not plead, he does not threaten. He merely states facts with the heavy, undeniable gravity of an axiom. You teach logic. You teach him how to separate the emotional noise from the structural reality. I need you to do that for his mind. He points to the folder. Do not humor the delusion. It will only validate the psychosis. Use your intellect. Use Socratic questioning. Break his narrative down mathematically. Show him the impossibility of the transfers. Show him the logistical flaws in his story. Anchor him in reality. You are the only person he trusts enough to let inside his head. You sit in the White Room, and you feel the immense weight of the responsibility he is offering you. Riker isn't protecting a corrupt father. He is protecting a fragile, sick child from the crushing machinery of the state. He is offering you the chance to be the precise psychological scalpel that cuts the tumor out of Leo's mind before it metastasizes. If you make the call, you are a bureaucrat following a blind protocol, and you will destroy a boy's life. If you do what Riker asks, you are a savior. I can walk him through the probability matrices of his claims, you say quietly. I can demonstrate the absence of evidence. Riker smiles. It is a small, careful thing. Structure. A voice of reason, Riker says. The mind needs a cage sometimes, just to rest. You spend the next 4 months doing exactly that. When Leo brings up the laptop, you dismantle his memory. You attack his confidence in his own perception. You use Bayes' theorem to show him the statistical improbability of a crown prosecutor moving money that clumsily. You cross-examine his visual recall. You use your authority, your brilliant mind, and your unyielding logic to corner him. You do it gently. You do it with love. Eventually, Leo stops talking about the transfers. The light goes out of his eyes, replaced by a dull, compliant fog. He stops trusting his own memory. He defers to you on everything. His grades stabilize. You have cured the delusion. You have saved him. You are watching the news. A massive data leak has hit the internet. The Riker network has been exposed. You recognize the names. You recognize the shell companies in Cyprus. You go online and download the raw data dumps. You find the folder related to the Crown Prosecutor. You open the PDFs. There they are, the transfer records. The exact dates, the exact amounts, the exact routing numbers that a terrified 16-year-old boy described to you in a mahogany library 3 years ago. Leo was not schizophrenic. Leo was not suffering from persecutory delusions. Leo was telling the exact, objective, terrifying truth. You stare at the screen until your vision blurs. Dominic Riker didn't have the time or the inclination to deal with a panicked teenager who had seen too much. He couldn't kill the boy, as that would draw too much attention to the father. So he outsourced the execution. He weaponized your intellect. He used your own arrogance, your absolute belief that you could outthink a mental illness to gaslight a perfectly sane child into silence. He handed you the scalpel, and you performed the lobotomy yourself. You took a brilliant, observant mind, and you broke it against the rocks of your own logic. You pick up your phone. You dial Leo's number. It is disconnected. You call the father's office. You pretend to be an alumni coordinator. The receptionist tells you that Leo didn't finish university. He had a severe nervous breakdown. He is currently a long-term resident at a private psychiatric facility on the North Shore. He was institutionalized, not because he was sick, but because you convinced him that his sanity was a disease. You sit in your quiet, immaculate apartment. You look at your textbooks. You look at the equations on your whiteboard. You realize now what Dominic Riker truly is. He is not a builder. He is a mathematician of a much darker discipline. He looked at the equation of Leo's life, and he found the single variable that could neutralize the threat. You were the variable, and you solved perfectly.